What's up, guys? So I just invested in a new tech setup and it costed me quite a bit of money. And I just wanted to talk about scarcity mindsets and why holding money tight and endearing money so close to you is actually killing you, and why investing in things that can potentially increase workflow, productivity, and again, yourself is the only way to grow. So I have been using this tech setup for a while that, it's been really good. My setup was probably worth just about 3 grand, and I was doing everything amazing. All my work was getting done. I was able to more organize everything that I needed to get organized, do everything that I needed to do. And then after a while, the more and more success that I got with my work, the more clients that I brought on, the more people that I'm using, I ended up spending a little bit of money, and I got this really good deal for a MacBook Pro. It was a 2018 model at the time, or 2017 model. And this was a good MacBook. I used it for about a week, but basically I knew the owner and he gave me a deal. He said, hey, why don't you take it for free, use it, and if there's any technical issues, then you can just give it back to me, and then there's going to be no charge, which was pretty courteous of him. So I was like, okay, sure. I need a new laptop. I need a new setup. I need all of this stuff. Why not? And this was a while ago. So, and this was when I didn't have too many clients, but I had a few at the time. And basically what happened was I used the laptop, and then something in my mind, I went into a state of scarcity in terms of money. I automatically, even though I didn't spend the money yet, I felt indebted. I felt that I was giving up money. I felt that I was literally throwing money out the window, right? And this is the thing that I wanted to differentiate with you guys. There's a big difference between spending money and spending money, right? I can go and spend money like an absolute idiot at the club, buy a bunch of drinks, do really dumb shit, spend money on food that's just like, okay, I don't need to spend money on this, spend money on whatever, bottle service or whatever it may be, right? And then you can spend money on things that increase your bottom line. So even though at the time I didn't realize that, okay, maybe this investment into this new tech setup could potentially increase my bottom line, I saw it as basically just spending money on like bottle service or something, right? And this is what I wanted to talk about today. This is kind of what I wanted to hash out per se, because I just recently dropped, now this is about, I think that was a while ago when I had that laptop, had that set up for about a week, and I was in such a deep state of scarcity. I literally started telling myself, I was like, okay, I gotta start getting more clients, or else I'm not going to be able to afford this. And literally what I did, which was extremely destructive, is I literally didn't go grocery shopping for like a week and a half. I ate everything in my pantry, right? And I was living like a homeless man, even though I had a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but I had money to be able to go and do the things that I wanted to do. I had a decent sum of money. I already had a fair amount of clients who were paying me on, a monthly recurring basis. But I was like, fuck, I gotta da-da-da-da-da. And looking back, the laptop wasn't even that expensive. Or it was a laptop, it was a microphone, it was a keyboard, it was some connection stuff like an Elgato. And it wasn't crazy expensive, but I felt indebted. I felt like I needed to pay, and I didn't eat, and I was like, hey, I got on board more and more and more, and it just became toxic. And I was like, took a deep breath, and I literally just returned the laptop, and I returned it, and I kind of felt better at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm saving money, right? But what I didn't realize at the time was that's all due to societal programming. I was programming myself that was not an investment, and I was programming and subconsciously telling myself that I was not able to remake the money, right? With every buying decision, if it's such a important buying decision and it's so scary, if you look at that object and you're like, fuck, I'm spending $20,000, the fear doesn't come from like the money leaving your account. The fear comes from you not being able to get the money back into your account, right? So if I'm like, shit, okay, I'm spending $20,000, that's not the fear. The fear is that I'm not going to be able to remake it, right? And that's the dilemma. So I returned the laptop and all the setup and stuff in its entirety, and I told him, I was like, hey, whatever, returned it to him. And then now we're at this point in time, which is a little bit later, and I just repurchased, it's actually all in the trunk of the car here. I just repurchased, not from the same guy, but I actually went and got better equipment. I just went to like Best Buy. I went and I dropped a decent amount of money, and I caught myself getting into the exact same mental state of, okay, shit, that was a lot of money, oh my god. And then I started kind of having that anxiety build up. Oh my god, it's leaving my account looks like this instead of like this, what am I gonna do? And then I just stopped and realized, and I reflected back on my past opportunity, right? Because it's the same in business, it's the same in bodybuilding, it's the same in anything, right? Failure is only it's an ability, it's an opportunity to reflect, right? So if you don't reflect on failure, then you're, I would say, a retard. So I'm looking back at that time I failed, and I was like, okay, crap. I was in a state of scarcity. I was telling myself that I couldn't. Why am I coveting money this much? If I covet money this much, will money be able to flow to me, right? If money's a river, or if money's like water, and water's flowing down a river, if I put a blockade in the river, is that going to stop the flow, right? It's just like, you have to truly understand that your money-making principles are coming from a state of abundance, not scarcity, right? So I stopped and I said, okay, this is an investment. This is going to help me produce better work. This is going to help me excel in business. I'm going to make a ton of money with this. And I'm actually going to tell myself right now, I plan to make millions with this laptop, right? I plan to do millions in sales. I plan to do absolutely amazing things with this laptop. And I don't want to share my goals too much because that's a whole separate cataclysm to get into. But I'm going to do millions with this laptop. And this is what you have to tell yourself. And just me saying that makes me feel good because I'm future casting. But genuinely, I'm going to do millions with this laptop, and I know that I'm going to remake the money like that. All right? So once you know that, the anxiety totally disappears. So the message that I kind of just wanted to tell to myself and tell you today, if you're, watching this as a viewer, is when you see something and you're like, okay, shit, that's a lot of money. I don't want you to think, shit, that's a lot of money. I want you to think, shit, am I able to remake that money, right? And then you can reverse engineer it and say, okay, no, I work a job and this is going to take me this amount of time to remake this money because I exchanged my time for money. And then you're like, okay, that's not realistic because I'm whatever. Or if you have your own business, you're like, okay, I have to do this much work. I have to get this many clients. I have to set this many meetings. I have to have this closing rate. I have to do this many cold calls. I have to do this many whatever. Boom, done, right? So it's all about your mindset behind it rather than saying, I can't afford it. How can I afford it? What is this going to do for me? And again, if this is not helping you close more meetings, if this is not helping you get more people into your business, if this is not helping you refine your work, make your work better, or at least make you feel better about your work, which also affects your quality of work, then yeah, that's a whole nother separate point. Like literally, if it just makes you feel better, if you want to go into the gym with really bad clothes like cargo pants and like a torn up wife beater, you're probably not going to have the best workout. If you're wearing really nice clothes and you feel good, you look good, you smell good, you maybe took a shower before the gym, it's the exact same thing. I'm actually sitting outside the gym right now in my car. It's the exact same thing. So if it's making your work better subconsciously because you feel more esteemed, it's the same with clothing, it's the same with so many different things, then that's an investment in making yourself and your work better. So that's kind of what I wanted to leave it at. I hope you got value from this video. And I'm about to go crush legs right now. It's June 11th, 2023, and that's the video. Cheers.